YouTube. Hey y'all. Hey YouTube. Welcome. We are on day 27. Sorry, y'all know I'm always multitasking over here. On the Instagram. Hey YouTube family. Day 27 of the 29-day love challenge. We got 2 more days after today. Oh, it's gonna be. I'm still gonna be on here, y'all. I'm still gonna be seeing y'all, but it's just gonna be a little different. You know what I'm saying? Um, YouTube. Yes. Realness with the Jess. Okay, so today's gonna be fun, interactive. We're gonna be talking about love and is love blind and what that means. And y'all know, everybody knows about the show Love is Blind right now and how juicy it is, right? We're not gonna get too much into it because I haven't watched all the episodes, but I've watched episodes via social media. So I'm just waiting for S and Niyah. Then we're gonna get started. Then I'm gonna invite my 2 guests. I think S has a guest. I'm sorry. I think S has a guest that's coming up, and Niyah was going to have a guest, but we're gonna see. All right, I'm gonna play the theme song while we're waiting. What's happening right now? There we go. Let me get the theme song going. No request. It's gonna kick me right off the line once I'm on here, y'all. 1 second. I'm gonna play the theme song and then we're gonna get started. All right, scale of 1 to 10. How's your day going? You know, we start the stream like this. Hey, Niyah. We start the stream. There we go. Niyah's coming in. Hey, Tara, welcome. Niyah, I'm trying to accept you to come on in, y'all. Oh, Lord, hold on. Niyah, I don't know why it's not letting you come in. That's what happens when you multitask, y'all. Let me just send you an invite, because I don't know what's happening. Oh, that's so funny. I love challenges up there. Crazy things are happening. Hello? Unable to join. All right, Niyah, just meet me on YouTube because it's not working on Instagram. I'm looking for the theme song, y'all. Oh, there we go. That's why I see the request, but it's not go live with Niyah. Hey, Nana. Oh, look at Nana. Hey, girl. It's working. Okay. We here. I'm just playing the theme song, and then we're gonna head to YouTube.
I need better lighting.
Yeah. What happened to the lighting you had last time? It was good.
No, I'm just sitting on the other side of the table. I need one of those.
Chelsea needs to go. Listen, we're gonna get into Love is Blind. Chelsea's the girl that looks like Megan Fox. Huh? Listen, we got to get into it. I feel like I'm gonna show a side by side. If you guys are not already, go on the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and get in here because we're gonna start talking about Love is Blind. We're also gonna talk about just love in general. Is it really blind? Does it work in today's society? So Chelsea's a little extra. This season is cringe. This season has been cringe.
It's cringe as fuck, and Chelsea literally makes my stomach fall.
Right. All right, let's just start on YouTube. We gotta start. Let's go on YouTube. Instagram family, I'll stay on here for like maybe 2 more minutes now, but meet me on YouTube. We're gonna start. Those of you who are watching, make sure you go to Nana. Make sure you go on the YouTube channel, Queens No Quiche. I pinned it in the comments. Hopefully S is on his way. This is the theme song. We got 2 more days left of the challenge. Give me something I'm liking. I don't need nothing. You are my everything. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only... Yo. Girlie, pick another picture. On YouTube, they put up a picture side by side. So we're gonna talk about, does she really look like Megan Fox? I think she does resemble her. If you put the hand on her forehead in her chin, she does look like her. You got to get on the YouTube so you can see this. Oh, Jessica, Queen's No. You got to rewrite that. Queen's Known. You put Queen's Known. Let me remove this. How do I hide this? Yeah. Queen's No, girl. Look at S. S, we was waiting for you. We on the YouTube right now, y'all. I don't know if S watched Love is Blind before. Hey, heathen. S.
Yep.
What time is it?
8:06.
We got to do better as a people. All right, we got to do better.
What you mean? Wasn't you just late last week?
You be watching Love is Blind?
Yeah, I watched it.
You do?
He probably just tuned in. He probably just tuned in.
No, I've been watching.
Oh, you've been watching?
Ooh, that's what we... Hey,
All right, Instagram. Y'all, we're just getting the party started on Instagram. Then we're going to take it in here. We're going to take it in here, okay? We need a different side-by-side of Chelsea. Can y'all go to YouTube right now so you can see the what we're doing right there?
You talking to me?
Yeah. Can y'all go on your other devices on the YouTube? No? To go see? We're doing a side-by-side of Chelsea right now.
My phone. I don't got my computer up.
All right, that's fine. E, my boy. I think that's for you, S. Hello, guys. Hello. So today we're talking about Love is Blind. And we're talking
about Mia Culpa. If y'all didn't watch it. Did y'all watch it?
What is that?
Mia Culpa, the Tyler Perry and Kelly Rowland.
No, I ain't watched that.
No, I ain't watched that.
I'll brief with my other friend.
Yeah, we ain't watched that one.
You look high.
S.
How do you look like?
All right, y'all.
Excuse me?
We need another side by side. All right, y'all. Let's head to YouTube.
Side by side. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Love is Blind. So you guys have to go on YouTube so you can see what we're talking about. Go on YouTube right now. Click the link. All right, we're getting off Instagram. Thank you guys. Make sure you guys go onto YouTube so you can join tonight's conversation. Niyah, head to the YouTube. Let's go. All right. Instagram, I'm waiting for y'all. Okay, just click the link in my bio or type in Queens No Keisha on YouTube, and you can see what we're looking at and what we're about to discuss today. Okay, who's in here? Are y'all tapping in? Young Rapunzel, I think that's it. Young Rapunzel, Tierra, definitely join us, guys, on YouTube. It's gonna be a fun night. It's gonna be juicy. It's gonna be real juicy. We're gonna talk about Love is Blind. We're gonna talk about a lot of different topics. If you know S and I, then you know this conversation is about to be real juicy. Okay, so join us. I see the numbers going up, so you guys are joining us on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're watching the replay right now, join us on YouTube. We're live till however we know, whatever time. All right, by Instagram. All right, let me save this live. I'm just gonna share it with no caption. All right. That's not a good side by side. That's two different faces. We need a better side. We need a better side by side. Hold on.
Keep on real quick.
Just send it.
Let me put you on mute.
I'm gonna
because S is being like, all right. All right. So this is the Love is Blind. Because y'all just want to get right into the nitty-gritty. We need a better picture. We need a better side by side. See this one, that's not bad right there. This one. Okay, that's not bad.
I'm gonna say
Do y'all feel like these people look alike?
no.
If you put your hand, if you put the hand on the, so y'all keep saying no. I think they have like the same kind of eyes.
I got my homegirl. She want to join.
All right, that's fine. All right, so let's introduce ourselves because we got people in here, and I got 2 people coming up too. When your homegirl come, let me know. Send her the link, the StreamYard link, so she can.
I look good on here.
Oh my god!
Hey, nah, you got that dress for the 30th party?
That's why does it matter? You know I have.
I'm just asking.
What,
What's your problem? Yo, we good? Hold
what
on,
are
hold
you?
on. Give me a second. Hold on, Keisha.
You wearing a
Yo,
suit?
yo.
You wearing a suit?
I mean, I got something I might put on real quick. You know, nothing crazy.
No. You got to
I
put.
have something in the closet. I probably got to get it fitted a little bit, just like the jacket.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
You ain't no.
Damn, I might have to go get a hat too.
All right now.
All right, yeah. So let's. All right, let's get right into the conversation, y'all.
Hold on, real quick, Keisha. Yo, Niyah, let me ask you one more time. You good?
Bro, we're
All
not
right, go ahead, Keisha. Go ahead. You good?
because we're not starting off like this.
All right, just checking temperature. That's it.
Y'all just bear with us. Sometimes we just gotta shake, we gotta rattle up some cages before we get started. All right, so today's conversation is love really blind? And we're gonna give our opinions. We're gonna have a conversation, then we're gonna invite other people up so they can give their opinions on whether they think love is blind. And then we're gonna, I think to start off, let's just talk about Chelsea because she is the main conversation. So, how do you guys feel about Chelsea talking about her looks in the pod? If you have not watched Love is Blind, what are you doing? But basically, to sum this up, Chelsea is in the pods talking to a potential husband, potential mate, and she mentions that she resembles and looks like Megan Fox. So, this is what you're seeing on the screen right now. Okay. And immediately the suitor, okay, the man who is on the other side of the pod, his eyes begin to light up and he's like, you look like who? And she tried to act like she didn't know who Megan Fox was. Like she tried to act like she didn't know her name.
You gonna say MGK
She's
girlfriend?
like MGK, Killer Mike. I don't even know who that guy is, first of all. But she said his girlfriend, and he was like, are you talking about Megan Fox? And she starts to giggle. So my thing is, in that instance, is like I feel like she threw that out there because she knew any man that know what Megan Fox looked like, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
The other girl just looked more like Megan Fox than she do.
She didn't look more like her, but she was in the category of
About
fine, like Megan Fox. Like,
that's next to Megan Fox, you could be like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
can we find an image of Megan Fox and the girl Jessica? Can we find an image? I don't think they look alike, but I think that they
They're
both look good.
caliber of woman.
Okay. All right. She could have said, so if Jess had said Megan Fox, then we would be fine with Jess saying Megan Fox.
I would have been fine, but she needed to say. She said, you are going to choke when you see me. That's more than enough. That's getting the point
She
across.
don't look like Megan Fox, guys. Let's be for real. But she's beautiful. She is beautiful.
She's more in the line of a Megan Fox than Chelsea.
Yes. Beauty wise, yes. That's not got nothing to say because he just whatever. Okay, so now that we have that out the way, we can remove that off the stage. Let me just get this off. Okay. Now comes the conversation, is love blind? I know S likes to start things off. Go ahead, S. Tell us, what do you think? Do you think love is blind?
Fuck no. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. Love ain't
You
blind.
straight?
I watched the show. As soon as they get off that joint, them attractions start to start to kick in. You know what I mean? And damn all right, for men, let me back up a little bit. For us, before we want to get to know your mental, you first have to pass our physical attraction. I think that's for anybody. Like, the eye has to be like, oh, okay, I can date them. So I don't think Love is Blind. I think once they get out that pod and they look at each other and they be hoping they look good, and if not, they would be like, nah, I can't do this. So no, I don't think Love is Blind. Nope. I need to see Love. I need to see it.
I would agree. I would agree. But the thing is, I don't think you necessarily okay. How about this? Can attraction grow? Yes or no? Can attraction grow? That's the
Is that
thing.
rhetorical? Is that question rhetorical, or you want us to answer that?
No, you can answer it. Can attraction grow?
For me, you have to first pass my eye test.
Okay. Keisha, can
I
attraction?
don't care how good heart you are.
You're on mute, Keisha.
I don't care how. I don't care.
Yeah, I do think attraction can grow.
Okay.
I do think attraction can definitely grow.
So then that's the only way I would say, like, is love blind? I'm gonna say no, because initially when you go into dating somebody, or you go into like, all right, meeting somebody, yes, you're gonna be basing it off of, okay, how do you look? What are we working with here? And I think that's normal. I think everybody does that. But I feel like there are a lot of instances where you have a friend that you eventually fall in love with, whereby you wasn't never looking at your friend no type of way. You was never looking like at your friend like, oh, this potentially could be my girl. Like, you could have met somebody on a platonic basis, and being around that person and talking to them and having a relationship with them, meaning like that, a friendship with them, you start to fall in love with that person. And then I feel like in cases like that, attraction kind of grows onto you, because it's like you see how beautiful the person is, just as a person, not necessarily looks. You just see that this is a genuinely a good ass person, and you start to kind of fall in love with that. And then whether that person is your type or not, you see that person and you like, this is a God sent person. And then I think in a lot of cases where friendships turns into relationships, I feel like that's the case. But
Mm.
I feel like it's a lot of girls. First of all, girls like ugly niggas anyway. Let's just
I'm trying to say, like, sometimes you could think somebody is not attractive, and then they start making jokes and being funny and start, kind of growing on you, and you like, okay, you ugly, but you're growing on me. I'm liking the personality. I could get past the looks.
Right, right. But Niyah, it's kind of like that friend crept in as more than a friend because he started as a friend. So you got to know him as a friend first. So I
yeah.
feel like that's kind of cheating. Like if you was the Love is Blind is not a friend first. It's like trying to find love.
Right, but the thing is, you're developing a relationship with that person. So
Use the
whether,
pause.
whether it's a friend and I can see you, cool. It's like, I can see you, I know what you look like, but I ain't
Right.
looking at you in no type of way. I'm just, we cool. But then, you grow on me, I grow on you, and then it flourishes into something else. With Love is Blind, yes, you don't see the person, but essentially you're establishing a relationship. You're talking to this person on a day-to-day basis. Okay, he makes me laugh. We share the same value.
Mhm.
Grew up the same way I grew up. You start to relate to the person. Still, yes, you can't see the person, but the same way a friendship will start to flourish is the same way they're navigating these relationships in a pod, because you're starting to realize, like, all right, we have these things in common. We're aligned on these core values. You're funny, you're quick-witted, and that starts to grow on you. So same thing, like if you have a friend, you meet somebody and like, oh, okay, you cool, like, let's be friends. And then the more you spend time with that person, it's like, oh, you really funny. The more you talk to that person, oh, we
Right.
kind of have the same background, we kind of grew up real similar. The more you talk to that
Life
person,
doesn't agree. Okay,
I'm gonna call Cat because I think if that man passed your physical attraction first, you would have never friend zoned.
so you saying you can't have good looking friends?
In most cases, no.
You can't have good looking friends.
I'm saying, I think for most men and women, it's like all right, she don't look at me like that, so I'm gonna be a friend. But I think like if a dude really looks good or a girl really looks good, that's not your first thing to say. I'm gonna be a friend.
All right, let's add others in the chat. Y'all give y'all opinion. Let's add
I
some
think
other
it's
people up
that.
here.
I think it's just like a way for a guy to sneak in, and he got to get to know somebody, and then now it's like, oh, you know me as a person. I call that.
So what y'all think? Y'all coming on the stage. What y'all think?
Yeah, T, what's up, baby? That's my dog.
I think men and women think differently, so that's why the men and women are providing different perspectives. I do think that if men do not find you physically attractive, it is very hard for you to ever want to be with you. If you're one of the few cases, then that's just like 1 in a million. But women, we can, even if don't find somebody physically attractive, if we're attracted to like their person, then the relationship can work. But men typically don't extend the same grace.
Okay, but
I can read that. I guess it is different perspective because I feel like with women, I feel like that happens more often than not. A lot of women dated people that were friends.
Yeah, but a lot of men, to S's point, 95% of men who are your friends, they want to be with you. They're just waiting for an opportunity.
I don't know if
You're on mute, S.
I never met you, but what time your service start on Sunday?
Carlene.
Yeah,
You be
I
creeping,
agree.
and I want to pass
I
the plate
agree.
around.
no, see, I agree. No, I just tend to. I think one day I realized men and women just think entirely different.
You do?
And since I'm
Yeah.
heterosexual, I said, let me just figure
But
out how.
the question is love blind, y'all? The question is
It ain't blind for us. I think it's blind for y'all.
Yes.
It ain't blind for men. I think it's blind for y'all because y'all want to see, or y'all more attached to the feelings and emotions.
Woo!
But us, we gotta be like, oh, okay, boy, you know, we walk in that cookout. Hey, you see me, baby?
Right.
We want one of those. You feel me? We ain't too worried about, you know, she a good person, but nigga, she fine. That's the first thing come on my boy. You got you one, boy. I
So
see
what
you.
about, so what about arranged marriages?
Ooh.
What about arranged marriages?
Yeah, those are guys.
Depending on where they are, most of them don't last.
I've heard the opposite. I've heard arranged marriages have more success rate than.
But that's the culture in India or wherever you're talking about. But
I'm
let's
not
talk.
talking about India only. There's arranged marriages.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a good example. Arranged marriage, Love is Blind, not Love is Blind, Married at First Sight.
Oh, I love
Everybody was mad at Chris, but Chris was just keeping it a buck. He did not like how Paige looked.
No, Carlene.
Chris
Chris
ever get
was
mad. Chris didn't like how that girl looked. I could tell that was gonna happen.
And the thing is, no. I ain't even gonna give you that because Chris was just blatantly disrespectful. It's one thing, first of all, you gonna scream to the rooftops that you just not attracted to this girl, yet you trying to get some fucking ass every 2 seconds.
But that's
you trying to fuck on this girl for if you attract her.
Hold on, TT, because that's what we do. That's like we can want to smack your cheeks, but don't want to be with you. You know that, right?
Yeah, I think as women, we are so emotional that we forget how men think. We think with our subconscious mind and not our conscious mind. Men already have their minds made up about what they're going to do with you within the first week of knowing you. They know what category you're going to, they know how long you're going to be there, and they know how long they're going to try to get you to stay if they don't plan on keeping you forever.
Right? We either put you in
And this is
wifey
something
or other.
yep.
It's 2 categories.
Within the first week. Now, in some situations, you can shift, but that doesn't mean your spot will ever be permanent, depending on where they put you and what you allow them to do.
I literally was talking to, I agree with you, Ciara. I was literally talking to Keisha about this earlier. If a girl don't like you, there's a strong probability if you treat her extremely well that she could grow to like you. If a man does not like you,
you don't pass that eye test, man, you can
run. I don't know if it's
wash his feet. You can kiss his feet.
And also, as women, we also don't know that men in their world, they are judged by who they date. They are
Ooh,
judged by who they choose to be their woman. They are judged by how their women respect them. It's a different spectrum from what we understand as women. Men have their own complete world that we, in this day and age, refuse to step into. But if you just read them and pay attention good enough, they know it's all a scale for them. A
And I feel
scale that we think, oh, looking good or just cooking and cleaning. It's a scale in a whole nother world where they want to be respected and put on a pedestal by who they date.
Obedience.
he's so obedient. I think I agree 150%. And I think the problem with women is we don't listen to men and we judge men how we think. That's like the whole problem. And
God,
like,
Subconscious and
hold on,
conscious mind.
y'all gotta drop that
The
hat.
female in you is your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is that second thought. This is the male side of it. It's that conscious thought that tell you seen that red flag. You know it's there, but that subconscious mind is nah. I like him. See, that is the male and female. Men lead with their conscious mind. Their
I think
vulnerability is their subconscious
right.
that
I
they don't
also
step
think
into unless you're that woman.
I
Go
also
ahead. I'm
think we
sorry.
tell y'all what we want, but y'all have an idea of what we want or how it should be done.
I think 85% of the problems between men and female in America, I can only speak for America and Black America, would be eliminated if women stop thinking that men think the way they think. I think that would help a lot of us out. And I'm saying this from experience. I went through a situation
Me as well.
where I was like, yo, God, for real, when I get to heaven, you're going to have to definitely tell me how men think. I thank God he didn't let me wait till I got to heaven. I figured out, as my sister said, this is how men think. Now, if you're attracted to women, go ahead and use whatever women think about and apply to your situation. But if you're trying to be with a man, it would be very helpful for you to figure out how they're thinking, or at least not hold them to the standard of how you're thinking, because we are just wired completely different. It doesn't make sense, but it's just the fact of what it is from my perspective.
And let me add to this real quick. And I had to do it on the opposite in this book here. I'm being honest. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. If I want to be with a woman, I have to know how she thinks. So it goes hand in hand. You know, so I think this book is good though. Seriously, this book right here,
But
it teaches
keep in
you how a
mind, this
woman
is
thinks.
for.
Huh?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it teaches you how a woman thinks. I think men and women should both get this book right here. I'm trying to be honest with you, because now you can understand what you should and should not do. Right here, you see that right there. I heard great things about that book. Get it? When I went in therapy for 2 weeks, and she told me I wasn't the problem. She told me to get that book.
Go back.
Absolutely not. Too much.
When she told you that you were the problem and you heard that you were the problem and did not go back, let's clarify.
At least he went to therapy. We're gonna give him a hand clap for taking that step of
No,
integrity.
we're not. We're keeping.
No, when I
he
went,
likes the truth.
she told
He
me I
likes
was
the
good.
truth.
She said,
No, you went and then didn't go back. Okay, let's
What's the problem? I got what I needed.
No.
This book right here.
As-
Hey, fellas, listen.
as-
Listen, I'm gonna just give you an example, right? Sometimes when women speak, for example, sometimes they don't want you to respond. They just want you to listen. And we're so much of problem solvers. She's not looking for that. Right here, this book to tell you about it. You see what I'm saying? I'm serious. Because that's what we do in our life. We got a problem, we trying to solve it. But with women, when they talking, they just want to hear it. They don't want to hear what the hell you got to solve. Just hear me out, nigga. Shut up. This book right here do you good right here. Hold on.
Put it down. That's not true. If I'm telling you my problems, baby, I'm looking for you to be the answer. I ain't speaking just to hold my what? That's wasted breath.
I do it to y'all. I'm kind of different. You got to know the woman.
I guess everybody to each his own, but for the most part,
the most part,
you get the idea. Don't do it again, Tiara. Don't
start with me. Not here.
That book.
I'd like to answer the question, if that's okay.
I'm getting my book too. I got coming out September
Yes,
16th.
let them answer the question. Yes, you can
Restoration.
answer the question, please.
So, in my opinion, I believe love is blind after you develop feelings for a person, after you're in love with that person. But initially, I don't believe love is blind.
Or we can think about it in a metaphoric sense, meaning like love is blind, off of physical features, but then think of it metaphorically, like is love blind, meaning you become blind to the bullshit because you in love.
I don't think you overlook flaws. I don't think you overlook imperfections, even from a woman's standpoint, until those feelings develop into love. Um, they have to work at your heart, and then once you're in it, then those things you start to look past their imperfections and look past flaws and make excuses for their shortcomings. But that is not initially. I don't think. I think that's something that's falling for someone leads to eventually being blind to certain things. But initially, no, I don't think love is blind just because you're with someone. Sorry,
Like,
hold on a
Can
second.
I let me ask y'all this question? Do y'all believe love
Wait,
is a
can I
feeling or
answer
love is
the
a choice?
question?
Wait.
Wait, can I
Let her
answer the
please.
question
Oh, I'm
first? I
sorry.
never answered the
Yes, go
question.
ahead, please. Thank you. Let
Um,
people eat first.
I actually completely disagree. I do not think love is blind. I believe love is built. Um, and I say that because we don't meet somebody and just, oh, I just so women, we do sometimes. But we don't mean it. And I'm gonna say this in a phase where I wasn't as mature as I am today. We might meet somebody and be like, oh, I'm so in love.
but that's love
You
at first
really you
versus.
think it's love at first sight, because if it was truly love at first sight, most relationships would last on the first try. When you truly experience, I personally feel like this is my personal feeling, loving someone and being in love with someone, relationship wise, it takes a while before you can give up on them if they're not doing right. But you don't start off being in love if someone isn't even treating you right to begin with,
So,
especially in today's time. You don't fall in love with flaws from the beginning.
let's let's
You
let's
learn to love
define,
them
let's
first
define that real quick. Let's define that. What you just said. Like so, love, being in love. What did you say? Being in love and
and loving someone.
loving someone. What's can you define that real quick before you continue? Sorry.
Because loving someone, you can have love for anybody. That's just a caring.
Right.
To be in love, somebody you love and someone you're in love with, somebody you love cross you, you're automatically putting them at a distance. Somebody you're in love with cross you, you're there asking questions why. You want to know,
I agree.
you want to understand. So that's the difference of being loving, having love for someone, and being in love with someone. You give yourself differently.
Yeah,
I
Did I answer the
I think
question?
that's good. I think that's you explained it well. Sorry, I just wanted you to explain that as you were saying what
Oh,
you were saying.
okay.
Go ahead.
She wanted to say something. Come on, it's okay. Say you wanted to say something. No,
I
we're
I
okay.
I, I don't. I'm sorry. Is she going?
I'm not sure. I think
Go ahead, S. Go. What you was gonna
I
say?
don't. I don't. I don't agree because
You don't agree with
You
what?
don't agree with what?
okay. So being in love, I think love is love because
So you don't think there's a difference between loving somebody and being in love?
okay. So why would God say love my enemies?
you love them, but you keep them how far?
He didn't say that. That's what you said.
No, I'm explaining love. You
Yeah.
love your enemy. I'm telling you in action. You love your enemy, but you keep them how far? You
I
don't
don't know.
you love them in a way not to make sure that you don't want them hurt. You care if something may happen, but you still keep them you keep them how
So
far?
how do you love them then from afar?
No, but Tiara's point
Love,
is
that's why I said love, to have love is a caring act. You just care from any degree.
for women, there's two things. I could love somebody, like your enemies,
But if I'm you,
but I don't like you.
but
If
if,
that makes sense.
There
Like
we
I
go.
love you because the Lord calls me to love you, but we're not kicking it. And so for some people too, people say in their relationship, I not only love my person, but I like my person. Like I want to be around you. Like it gives me joy to like be in your space. Whereas if your enemy, I'm gonna love you. If you're cold outside and you need a blanket, I'm gonna give it to you. But if I want to
But you
go
can't come
out for drinks, I'm not calling you because yeah, I love you, but there's that boundary because you're still my enemy, you know? And for women, we can love somebody, but it gets to a point where, and I think women, we fail at this and we need to be better at this because men actually don't respect us when we do it. We don't love ourselves first, if that makes sense. So a lot of times, I don't agree love is blind. I think love is I like you because they say women have two rules for the men they like, and then the rules for the other guy. So they're gonna make this guy go through hoops because they don't really like him, but for the guy they think is physically fine or whatever, they're just gonna let everything slide. So I don't think love is blind, but I think for women, we're always sacrificing ourselves. All right, I'm gonna give him this time. All right, I'm gonna put up this with that and put up with this and that. But we have to learn how to love ourselves more than allowing somebody to mistreat us and disrespect us. And oftentimes that individual will see that and respect you more for that.
can I ask y'all this question? That was a good. Can I ask y'all a question? Do y'all think love is a feeling or a choice?
I
Love
think
is an action word, but what they're trying to say is one is just for to love someone and want the best for their welfare. Then being in love, when women say that, that's romantic. That's being infatuated with the person. That's having a deep desire for the person. So that's how we're talking. They're talking when they're saying love and then being in love.
No, I
But
get that.
love,
I
but
think
love is an action word.
yeah, I
Yeah,
get that. I'm just saying the
I
next
think
question.
just
Y'all
no.
think love is a feeling
Hold on,
or
hold
a
on. Before
choice?
you get to your question, because I want to answer you, because you were talking about God and you said God tells you to love your enemies. God talks about the levels to love. Like there's levels to love. It's not just the love for everyone, right? You think of Jesus and he was with the 12 disciples. He knew the guy who was going to betray him was within the discipleship, right? But he didn't take him when he was going to pray. He took two or three of his close friends. You know what I mean?
What does that mean?
I'm talking about like love. You when you love someone, you want to be around them. You trust them. You don't get what my nobody. Do you get what my
You
analogy?
say he took two. You
there's
say he
different
Yes,
took.
types
I
of
get it.
He
love.
didn't
There's
take
No,
everybody, but what
there's
does that have
different
to do
forms of
with?
love because you tried to mention
agape love, which is like God's
there's different forms of love when God talks about love in the
love.
Bible.
There's eros love, which is like like romantic kind of
Right.
lustful love, and then there's like phileo love, which is the brotherly love. I don't know if I'm missing another one, but they are different types of love. They
This
are.
is Bible. This is Bible or theology.
No, this is
This is Greek
Bible.
It,
theology.
it's
It's Greek.
yeah, but
This is
it's still
theology.
Bible
I
because
don't.
Still
I
Bible.
don't see those. I don't see those in the scripture. No agape.
You're right,
because
S. It's
the
Greek
Greek.
theology. It's not Bible.
Oh, I would say it's Bible because the problem with English is that English is a very flat language,
Right.
and other like the biblical languages have different layers. So when Christ goes, um, Peter, do you love me? In the Greek, he says, do you agape me? And then Peter keeps responding, I phileo you because he's like feeling bad that he denied Jesus 3 times. So in the English Bible, you're going to only see the word love, but in the Greek Bible, there's 3 different words for that word love, and each different word has a different aspect or meaning of the word love. So that's why I wouldn't say it's theology. I would say it's
Okay, moving along. As what was the question that you had?
Do you think love is a feeling or a choice?
I think the
Both.
word love is a choice, and I think being in love is a feeling. And I'm only saying that in regards like to marriage. Uh, are we still here? Okay. I think that's in regards to marriage because it's like when you're in a marriage, you choose to love your spouse every day. You wake up and you choose to love that person every day. Despite all your ups and downs, despite everything that you're going through, you wake up and you choose to love that person every day. That person could have did something to piss you off or whatever. You choose to love that person every day. So in that aspect, I do believe that it's a choice. But I think when we're comparing the love versus being in love is a feeling. Like you could literally do something and literally have me heartbroken, devastated. But because I'm in love with you, like it's not a choice at that point. Like I'm in it. Like it's nothing I could do at that moment to change anything because it's like I'm stuck. I'm in it. I'm deeply in it. Whereby just saying I love you, as just the word love in general, it's a choice. Like I'm choosing to love you. I'm choosing. That's just like you choose to love your friends, you choose to love your family, you choose to love all these people. But when you're in love with, I think that's what name Tiara, is
Yes.
that their name right?
Yes, you said it correct.
I think like what you were saying was like when you love somebody or you have loved somebody and they cross you, you're more willing to be like, you know what, boundaries. You stay over there, I stay over here. It's cool. But when you're in love with somebody, you're not cutting it off like that. Like it don't
Right.
work that way because you're too deeply in it. So I think once you're in love, I don't really think it's a choice. Like that's to me 100% a feeling because that person can cross you, and it's not a choice. It's not like snap goes, I'm out of love with you. That's just not how work. That's not how emotions work. So having love for somebody or loving someone is a choice, but being in love with someone is definitely 100% a feeling. And I think being in love with somebody, you don't really, not say you don't have a choice, but in the moment you don't have like a choice doesn't even exist because it doesn't matter what that person does do to you at that moment, you're in it. Like you're not walking away. You're inquiring like what can we do, like how did we get here. So I don't know if that answers
Um,
your question, but I partially agree that love is a choice, but because I feel like there's layers to love, I think being in love is definitely emotional or is a feeling.
I think
I,
I'm gonna answer and then y'all can go. I think it starts off as a feeling. You have this strong feeling to always be around this person, always want to talk to them, always want to FaceTime. And then I think you have to, once that feeling dwells, like it goes away. I'm not saying you don't have it again, like things will spark it up. After the feeling goes away, you have to decide like, do I really love this person? Am I really gonna stay and stick around? Because I feel like a lot of people in society today, they have that feeling, that rush, and they feel like they're in love. But when that feeling goes away, they decide to pack up their things and go. They're not sticking it out. But I think true love, I think real love, the way God designed it to be is making that choice, whether you feel it or not. That's my opinion.
I guess I'll go.
So then,
And
if that's real love, then why would you even call the second one real? So then one's a fake love and then one's real. So then that's not really true love, just by your feelings.
No, it's not that it's not
Mhm.
true love. It's just that we're humans. It's not that it's not real love. It's just that we're humans and our emotions are heavily involved in things. And sometimes people are led by those feelings. I think God didn't make a mistake by giving us emotions and feelings. So that feeling of love is great, but I don't think that it's not the final thing in love, right? It's a decision to continue despite that feeling maybe not being as fire or flame or as intense as it was when you first met that person. You think about your relationship with God, you can start off. Some people, they say that people who were in the streets and end up loving Jesus, they go so hard in the beginning, like they start, Jesus, 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 everything. And then over time, what happens? It doesn't mean that they didn't love Jesus, but their fire died out. Their flame began to dwindle. You understand? So it's not so much that it's fake. It's just it's humans. It's how we are.
We can
And
attach feelings to love, but feelings are not love. God, the Bible says, don't trust your heart, don't trust your feelings, because it's
Sure do.
deceitful. It's
It's
deceitful. It's temporary. It moves
mm,
with the wind. So love is, you can attach it. It's associated, I feel
mm.
like, with love, but love is not your feelings.
I'm
This
And I can back you up real quick by
oh,
saying,
you
yeah, hold on,
can.
I'm gonna let you go.
Well, she responded to me, so let me just say. So feelings, you can. The feeling is this. How can you know you're in love, right? How can you know you're in love in the beginning? How
I
can
think
you?
you don't
Love,
know.
love is again an action.
You don't know you're in love.
Yeah, you can know that it could be, you could think you're in love and it could be lust.
Just answer the
That's
question. How do you
Just
yeah,
answer the question.
for
right.
those who have been in love? How do you know you're in love? For those of you who
When
have,
you're willing to do for the person without question. So yes, and I think that gentleman brought out something that's really good. And that feeling that you're feeling is more tied to lust in the beginning, infatuation, more than the word love.
Thank you.
And so
I
when you okay, go
No, no,
ahead.
go ahead. Sorry.
So what I was trying to say, so in the beginning, like I was saying earlier, love is not blind in the beginning, because you are more prone to think clearly about your decisions, about how you feel about the person before you get romantically in love with the person. So that's why I say, like, when you're in love with the person, then that love becomes blind, and you're able to compromise on a lot of things that you normally wouldn't do. But the feeling of whether or not you're in love, you don't know until when it comes down to sacrificing, you're willing to sacrifice for that person. And so it's not initially, you're not going to know until your love is tested.
I would like to offer alternative perspective. Um, I think that sounds very deep, and very spiritual, and I feel like at one time I was there. But if you're dating someone for like, if you're dating someone for 6 months, like you like the person, you want to be with them because of the way they make you feel. Like psychology shows that when you're in love, there's literally what's the love drug, like dopamine or whatever, goes to your brain. That's why they said that that feeling actually wears off after 2 years. So I don't know if you've ever been in a situation, things are going good for 2 years, and after 2 years, it's suddenly like your eyes are open. I think that when we are attracted to somebody and the relationship is going positively, there's a physiological reaction that causes us to develop feelings and things of that nature. I do agree that love has to be tested, but that's more so on a mature love. Like if you're dating somebody for 6 months or whatever, you could be in love with them, but that's still the beginning stages. So I feel like there's stages and evolution of a relationship, but I think that it's definitely based on love. Like if somebody's kicking it to you and they're spitting game and you don't like the game they're spitting, you're not going to say, I'm thinking logically and here it's not a science. Like, oh wow, like I want to be booed up on the phone with this person because we have great conversation. Because we're having great conversation, that makes me feel good. This person understands me. We connect. There's an emotional connection. Oh wow, feelings are getting deep. I believe I love that person. I do agree. Again, there's evolutions and stages to relationship, and as that love and that depth of that love grows, then it will be a choice. As to Niah's point, she has to wake up every day and make a decision to love her husband when feelings are there, when feelings are not there. But the initial stages, to the people who said this before, is it makes you feel good. The psychology, the physiology is there, and then if it's a real situation, then it grows. Okay, so if you talk,
His question was, is love a feeling? So I was just answering if love is a feeling or not. So
I
and
think
and
it's a
then when
feeling that
and
don't last.
when we lead with that thought process, then that's when you get girls saying, I'm not happy here, so this means I'm not in love, and so I needed to get divorced and find myself and find happiness and find love, because
I,
love is a feeling and I don't feel it. So I was just answering the brother's question as far as, is love a feeling?
I hear you, but I think it's evolutionary, and particularly for women, Christian women in the church who've been indoctrinated. I was in a position where the chemistry was lackluster, but I was on some dumb love is a decision, it's not a choice. Yes, but there has to be some chemistry and some emotional connection in the beginning. Then you can get, when you start riding a bike, bro, you got
Right.
training wheels on till you learn how
So
to.
having connection with somebody doesn't mean you're in love with them. So yes, there's other elements to be with someone other than just I love this person. Yes, you have to have chemistry. There's people that you realize, okay, we're going in two different directions. I want the best for this person, but we don't connect, we don't get along. So even if you have people that you've dated that you always argue and it's not working, but you still care for that person, you still love that person, but the connection also needs to be part of that formula as far as when you're vetting and mating and picking somebody to be with. There needs to be chemistry, of course, but I'm just talking about the word love as far as it goes for if it's a feeling that you feel.
I, I
Okay,
I think both of y'all are hitting
two
on
different.
great points, and two things can be true at the same time. I
That
think what both of y'all are saying makes sense. I think it kind of goes hand in hand. It is a feeling, but I think what lasts is a choice. Because
Right.
if it's just a feeling, you might not feel good this day. You're gonna stop loving that person. So I
But
think I
that's
think both of y'all are correct. I think two things can be
right.
true.
So
Nice.
we're in agreement that it's both. Love is a
It's
feeling.
both.
Yeah, but what I would even say to further my point is that the feeling precedes the decisions. Like respectfully, if you're married, if Brandon was not treating you well and evoking feelings of affection and emotion, where would the decision come in? You understand what I'm saying? In the dating phase or in the phase leading to marriage and falling in love. So me personally, I would say the feeling precedes the decision. But that's just, my perspective.
Okay, I agree because my next because I didn't know where we were going with this because then my question was going to be like because I thought we were saying that it was primarily a choice and not a feeling because then my next question would have been what does love look like when you see a couple or when you see your parents and a lot of people say but not a lot of people but I've heard a lot of people especially say like they didn't experience a lot of love in the household or they didn't see a lot of love between their parents. Like it's just like, yeah, the father paid the bills, yeah, the father provided, yeah, the mother cooked and cleaned, but they looked at their parents and they didn't see love. Or even if you're out and about and you see a couple and it's just like you watch their interactions and it's just like wow, like that's what love look like. Like or if you use your parents for an example, like you look at the dynamic between your parents, you see how your father cares for your mother, you see how your mother pours into your father. That's all led by emotion because if it's just strictly a choice, the man gonna do what he gotta do. He gonna pay the bills. He gonna provide. The woman gonna do what she gotta do. She gonna take care of those kids. She gonna cook and clean, and it stops there. And then you kind of bring up kids in the household where love isn't,
Words aren't enough, and paying the bills isn't enough. You ever watch a interview of somebody who's now an adult who talks about there wasn't love in the house? My mother never hugged me. My father never told me
right.
he loved
That's
me. But they paid the bills. They made the sacrifice. They did all these things. This is why I'm telling you there's the emotions that God has given us, the that craving for touch, that craving to be shown love is a part of love as well. It has to. Otherwise, there's an avoidance. And that's why grown adults feel like, my mother never told me she loved me. She never hugged me. She never, and that affects you more. Everything else your parents did for you, home, shelter, food, paying for sporting events, all these things they did for you, it goes out the window because you didn't feel like you received the love that you desired.
I think
So there's different types of
sometimes.
so
hold on.
I
love is
think
not just
as
one
Hold on,
one
hold on,
thing.
hold on, hold on. One at a time, one at a time. Let Tara go, then you can go.
I think what we forget as people, we take for granted what love come with. One thing we forget is that love needs to be kept up. Love is not just feeling. Something has to fuel that feeling. It has to be continuous. So when he said, is love a choice? Is love a feeling? Yes, it goes hand in hand because in the beginning you choose to allow yourself to open up in a vulnerable way. And then that feeling that you allow to insert takes over. Now your decision making is off. That's just something that goes hand in hand. You have to choose to love a person. It goes hand in hand. Because like I said, sometimes as human we take for granted. As kids, we don't think putting us in a home was something our parent like was something big. It's major when you look at the homeless. It's an act of love, but we've had it for so long, we take it for granted. Oh, they just kept the roof over my head. You never hear a kid speak on the bare minimum that parents do, because love is an act. It has to be kept up. You can't go to work and just show up every day, say, hey, I'm here. The other part of love is keeping it up, continuing to show that act, continuing to show how you feel about someone. It's another job. We get in, we get comfortable, we stop looking appealing. Oh, why he left? Because she was so sad. When he go outside every day, he's seeing something that look better than what he got to look at every day. It's a job. Yes, he's gonna love you through them bad times. You're gonna have your person to rock it out with, but that's what love is. Seeing you at your worst and allowing yourself to open up to. It's like giving somebody everything to destroy you and trusting that they won't.
Mm.
Can I say
All
something?
right, real quick, because I'm not the lead.
Real quick. See,
Oh,
I look at love a little different. I look at the love between God and Jesus. He loved us so much he gave his only
The
begotten son.
Bible is always gonna complicate it.
No,
None of us are perfect and living perfectly
hold on.
to that Bible,
Hold on.
E.
I'll let you land your
We
plane.
sinning. Let's be
Oh,
honest.
hold on,
Come
wait,
on,
let
we
me finish.
lifing. We
I let you
lifing.
go.
But
I
when
let
you
you
bring it to the Bible, you speaking in God's word of a tongue of a perfect man, of a perfect king, of no
no, I'm
flaws.
speaking about
So
no. I'm
when you
speaking
say this,
about
you speaking in a
oh my,
time where we are
you didn't even let
sinning,
me
E.
land. Titi, you didn't even
Just
let me
consider
land.
that.
can we just allow
No,
him, even if you disagree with him, just allow him to
what
finish
I'm
real
saying
quick
is that
and land
I'm
his
speaking
point?
about love that God, it couldn't have been a feeling because he gave his only son. That was a choice. It couldn't have felt good to give your only begotten son. That's what I'm saying.
Was
That's why I look at love as a choice,
in the
not a feeling.
beginning.
It needed to be done, not because it felt good, because it's just he loved us so much he needed something to redeem us back to him.
I heard you. Bring it to life, E. Now we on
And
earth.
I'm done. I'm letting the plane. I'm just saying
Now
that
we
is
on earth.
Okay.
a choice.
Now we
All
can
right.
feel that feeling, E. Now our mind, because we're not perfect, we can't balance that peace, E. We can't control that emotion. Most women, their heart is on their sleeve, on
But
their
hold on,
sleeve. The first time a man they care about go through something, no matter how much they care, they right there because we're women. We don't care about nothing else he did in the moment. He call us something wrong and we care enough, we there.
but that's because you're being led by the flesh. That's why in the Bible says the heart is the most deceitful above all things. Who can understand it? You know why his heart is so deceitful? Because that's where your emotions lie, and your emotions are up and down. So that's why you have to lean more on the spirit. Because if you lean on the flesh, then it's just not going to work out for you. So that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of this stuff, yes, we're human, but there's something we're supposed to lean on so we won't get flawed or get messed up in certain ways.
Right. And I just wanted to answer Nai's question about what love looks like. So when you were describing like how most of us were brought up, our parents hyper focused on acts of service. But there's more than just acts of service if you read your Bible on how what love is. So love is not just one thing. It's about communication, right? It's about words of affirmation. It's about physical touch. It's about affection. It's about respecting one another. It's about sacrifice. It's about duty. It's about trust and loyalty. It's about a lot of things. And then treating one with respect, like being nice to each other. So it's about a lot of things that make up this one word called love. And when you hyper focus on one thing and neglect other things, because we're human, that's where you have, like the woman said in the chat, our parents loved us the best way they knew how. Okay. And so now that we have the
Love is really
information, now
what you
that we
make
have
it.
the knowledge, What was
Love
that?
is what you make it, because your definition of love might be that, and you might get somebody who take heed to domestic violence. You might get somebody who take heed to toxicity, because that's what they know is love.
That's
Love
not
is the
love.
mindset of
That's
an
toxic.
individual of what they picture of love is supposed to be, because before you have love, it's faith.
So
Before
there's
you really experience
so
love, it's faith of what you may have seen as a child. Your experience may not be the same as a child who may have been adopted or been through some things, or a rich kid. Your definition of love may not amount to the person next to you definition of
I'm
love.
not giving you my definition. This is objective
The
truth and
Bible.
what God shows us. Yes, objective
Right, right.
truth.
I honestly think we
And
could go
so
on and on
when
to
you
The
talk
want to
about
Bible is
know
love.
always
if
going
you
to
want to
change the dynamics of a question, because the
no
Bible
it's
is the answers. How many of us is living by the answer?
But that's
listen
what
and
you
how
should be
and
living
what's
Let's
the
by.
be
results
realistic. That's
and
what
then
we
what's
should
the
be doing. But what
results
are we doing
and
realistically?
yeah
Let's
and the
be.
So you gotta
We
results
can
ask
are
all
yourself
what?
take
that.
the Bible
Oh
and
wow.
we have the answers. Everybody have read. Everybody here have read either a page or two or more out of the Bible. We have the answers. How many of us have sinned against the Bible?
Yeah, but Tiara, I'm gonna get up that 7 times every time and try to live according to the word.
Yeah,
We
Okay?
gonna try. We gonna try. I try every
So,
day.
I
Every
do
day
that's
I open
think
my eyes. I try again, but let's be realistic. We keep bringing in the Bible. We can have this conversation from experience.
that's
None of
that.
us have gotten it right yet. So
You know
let
what?
not speaking on what I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize in
That's
advance.
okay, Tiara.
Speaking on what I don't know,
That's
but
okay, girl.
we're speaking from experience. We can't keep throwing up the Bible, and it's going to change the dynamics and give us the answers every single time.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I think it's what you
Hold
do
on,
with
hold
the
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I gotta bring it back.
oh,
One
I
minute.
think it's what
Can
you
No,
I?
do.
hold on. Before you guys go, that's fine. You guys can respond to her. Give me a moment, please. Thank you. So I just want to talk for a few moments because this challenge is called the love challenge, and majority of our conversations have been on experience, right? And I enjoy the depths of that. Everybody has these different experiences. But the thing that is the foundation of this challenge and what needs to be people's, where people channel their energy is the Bible, is the word of God, because that is what love is. And if we want to experience that love, right, because we have these experiences outside of that, and we've been dealing with all these things, and now we got all these other weights and all these other things, dynamics, just just in our hearts, in our minds, we have to, it has to come back to the word. And the reason why I say that is because we don't want to stay where we are. We don't want to stay in the experiences that we've had with love. We don't want to stay and see the visions of love through traumatic family dysfunctional dynamics or even abusive relationships. We've seen those experiences. It's good that we talk about them. I think it's healing to talk about these conversations and talk about these different types of love. But the root, the base that I want everyone, if you're watching the replay, if you're watching now, to go back to is Bible, because that is the truth. That will set you free. That will allow you, you might not get fully there, but it will let you get close. You'll get to experience maybe love that you never thought you'd experience. And that's what I had to say, because this is what this love challenge is all about. So, okay, Curleen, whoever wants to go first can
No,
respond.
I think we good. I think we talked about love. I think everybody has their perspective. Let's just move the conversation forward, because I think we could be here all night.
As you
Everybody
can't do that. You can't do that. If somebody wanted to respond, they can respond, and then we can move forward. We got to give everybody the floor.
we did. We've been talking about love for about
I
1 hour.
want to say this. I do agree with us, but Tiara, I agree with you 100%. The one thing I like about God is that it could be one book, but the word is living and active, so it cuts different ways. Like you said, there's different aspects. So maybe I do agree with you. Not everyone experiences or wants to express love in the same ways. And one thing I don't think people touch upon is that God can use the love of a husband or a wife to help heal you, help restore you. Like everybody wants to say, "Oh, I'm coming to the situation whole." What I would say is that marriage is designed to make us holy, which is to make us more like Christ. So God can use your relationship, an aspect of the relationship, to heal certain parts or help you become better or sharpen you, child. So I agree with what you're saying. It's applied in different ways. I definitely think it's the standard, and I'm always going to try to aspire to the standard, but it's reflected in people's lives in different ways, and it shows up in people's lives in different ways, and different things mean different things to people. So I just wanted to affirm that. Thank you, Keisha, for the space.
Yes, this
And
is.
don't do it again.
I love that we all have you know, we're all passionate, we all have insight, and I'm loving what you guys are giving, but I always got to bring it back to the reason we're here, this love challenge, and I know that God gave me this for a reason. So next question. S, did you want to lead with the next question? Because you were so hyped to move on. Do you have another question for them to? No, you're on mute though. You're on
I have
mute.
a question.
Everybody pretty much gave their perspective on
Okay, but
question I asked.
do you have something
No,
else?
I don't, but
Oh.
I'm sure you do. I
I
mean,
have
I
a
can come up with
question.
another question. if
I have
you
a
want.
question. Hello?
You don't do it again.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Is this going back to the Love is Blind thing? Do you guys feel like Chelsea was being disingenuous when she told the guy's name is Jimmy, that she looked like Megan Fox?
Okay, y'all want to get into it?
Oh,
Of course she did. Of course I would do.
Add the picture.
You know what I say that is because you're literally on a show where the whole point is for you to stop making decisions based on physical appearance. But I do agree with S. It's always going to be messed up for the men because if they see you and they're not feeling you, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
And
I think it's different.
and then you go and you tell the guy you look like a certain woman who's a baddie. Let's be honest. Everybody can.
Let's add the picture. Let's add the picture for the folks.
That's like me saying I look like Morris Chestnut.
Okay, Martin.
And so I think she did. Do you think that she should have done that? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that's ever happened on the show before. I don't think anyone's ever alluded to their physical
we
appearance.
don't know because the editing.
For people who
Honestly,
watch the
I think she
show.
should have been cut when they realized she.
Well,
didn't look
Tara
Now,
said she
you're
didn't say
on
she
mute,
looked like
Niyah.
her.
You're on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tara. She said she knew what she was doing. She was being. It was a form of manipulation. We have to call out that Jezebel.
Niyah, you're on mute.
She didn't say she looked like her. You're right, Tara. She said people said. People said she looked like her. Yeah, we couldn't hear you. No, now you're on mute. Now you're unmuted, but we can't hear you, Niyah.
I can't hear
So
you.
Tara's right. She didn't
You
say
can come back. You can come back. I can't
she
hear you.
said that people told her that she looked like her. Keisha, I'm trying to prepare for a client call tomorrow. Hold on.
Yeah, but she was being she shouldn't have said that. She knows she.
Add the picture. Add the picture. She said
People said she looked like her.
I agree with you, S. Okay, she said people told her she looked like her, but you have two eyes to see that wasn't God's truth.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And especially you don't do it in a pod when somebody.
Tara, join the live. Bingo.
Y'all think that was misleading?
Tell somebody what people.
No.
Tara, I think it was disingenuous.
I don't think
Yeah,
it was
very.
because like
Can we pull up the clip? Can we pull up the clip?
Hold on,
like
Keisha, I'm
Tara
trying
said, she just was saying what people said that she looked like. So
But why? What was the conversation? Why did she have to bring that up?
I don't know if I saw disingenuous
asked
right.
Jimmy,
Oh no, I didn't see
you
that.
look like a celebrity, or do you ever get that you look like a celebrity?
Okay.
He said yes. And then he was like, do you get that you look like a celebrity? And she said, yeah. And he said, who? And she said, MGK girlfriend. And he like, Megan Fox? She like, yeah.
So Niyah, she brought it up though. She brought it up.
She did.
So you don't think her asking him would prompt him to ask her? I think she knew what she was doing. I haven't watched it. I think she knew what she was doing. I don't think it's fair because there was the African American guy that everybody says is toxic.
There's a better picture of her.
No, I love Clay. See, that's the thing. Everybody wants.
He's fine. He could have said I look like somebody who looked good because he looked good, sis. You.
No, she don't not look good. All right, everybody, I need y'all to do it.
She's not a baddie. Let's be honest. Sometimes we're too politically correct.
Okay, look.
She's giving below average. Respectful.
Listen. Everybody, put your thumb over her forehead and your index finger over her chin. Both of that. Everybody, do it right now. Thumb over her forehead, pointed finger over her chin. You don't tell me she don't look like her a little bit.
You can't do that. Like, come on, the features matter. You can't.
No, even if you do that, even if you do that, she does not look like the woman.
Put your thumb over her chin. That's the whole thing. Crimson chin. You got a crimson chin. Get the hell out of here. You talking about the eyes and stuff? No, the forehead, the chin, all that matters.
I'm just saying she does resemble her when you put.
No, don't.
So Tara, what do you think? Tara, you think that Chelsea did the right thing?
Tara could come up. Tara, did not
you know what happened too? Allegedly, we have to talk about the spirit of competition amongst women because allegedly there was a competition between her and the mother. What's her name? Jessica. And so some people are speculating that she did that to gain an advantage over Jessica.
So there could be mad things. You know, they don't show us everything. I think people probably do talk about looks, but it's maybe they don't film it as much.
No.
I don't know what happened, but this girl, they cracked on her. Can we find the clip? Can we find the clip and play the clip?
We already doing a lot of, well, we're using this to comment.
Can
We're
we
not
about
infringing.
and how he was on bullshit?
All right, we can okay.
So,
So
why is Neglib saying thank you all? What are your thoughts?
thank you all. Martine, do you think that have you watched the show?
Keisha wants me to find a clip.
She might be leaving.
Stop sharing my screen.
Maybe she's saying that's why thank you all. All right, look, y'all. So
I'm joining shortly. Okay.
So Love is Blind right now. This season,
y'all want me to find? Sorry.
The clip where she says she looks like Megan Fox. So we can see how genuine it was. Because if this in the pods for hours, the conversation, you got to make some conversation. What are you going to do?
The whole show is premised on us putting aside the physical to get to know the inner person. Even that wealth advisor guy is not a good small talker, but he came up with a bunch of questions. I think it was low-key disingenuous. I think she did it intentionally, and I think she did it to gain an advantage. But that's my perspective.
Hey, Tara Boo.
Hey, y'all.
Hi, Tara.
What do you think? What you think about what we've been talking about and Love is Blind and everything?
Now that I remember that she brought it up, I feel like she was setting it up to kind of give him an understanding of like, yeah, I do look like Megan Fox. Like she didn't have to bring why would you bring up looks? That's not the purpose of the experiment. The purpose of the experiment is to really get to know the person for who they are and their characteristics, not bring up looks, which is why I respect AD so much, because when Clay was on her behind about telling how she looked, and she was like, no, you either take it or leave it. Like you gonna have to see me when it feels.
AD, no. She ain't have to say I look like Megan.
She have to say it. The thing is, it would be and it would be his loss. You know what I mean? So like you're really in tune with yourself and you're comfortable with yourself and who you are as a person. You don't have to drive off looks, which is why, as you can see, her what's her name? Chelsea's insecurities are fuming. Chelsea's insecurities are going crazy throughout the season because she had to validate herself and who she was by saying that she looked like Megan Fox, or that people said she looked like Megan Fox so that he would choose her, because she knew that she didn't supplement in any other areas.
I would say that she has been a key. If insecurity had a picture on a dictionary, she would be next to it.
Oh, wow.
She was very insecure.
Fumigating it. Like, felt insecurity. Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah. And she did say in an interview, she did say she dealt with a lot of insecurity. She's in therapy. She, was insecure before the show. My thing is, if you know you have that much insecurity, like TV ain't on the show. That's not a show you need to be on.
But see, that's why it goes to show where it's just like it didn't even make sense why she chose Jimmy, because the thing is, when she was talking to Trevor, she never told Trevor, or she never was disclosed what she looked like. Trevor was really rocking with her for who she was.
I don't know why she didn't pick Trevor, because I thought
but like you said, she knew that Jimmy had another option.
That's what I'm saying. It was competition, so she had to.
Competition, and we as women sometimes we have to be accountable to that because we're be competitive. Because that's not. I mean, it is what it is, but that's kind of not fair to Jimmy. That's not fair to Jessica. That's not fair to you, because, like you said, now you're in this cycle of trying to prove you're good enough because you had to kind of cheat to obtain the guy. And a lot of people said that if she was with Trevor would have assuaged every insecurity that she's.
I think he would have been a great fit for her, but I think that she, again, I think even with her response, it's like you're dating, but you're not even using the experiences that you're having to help you make a decision. Like, this man told her, I didn't care that you had a divorce. The other guy was like, yo, I don't even want I can't even handle another situation right now.
Like,
he's divorced.
So do you think women thrive off of competition?
I was gonna Niyah,
because now you gotta think of it, because that happens in real life.
In real life.
You dating a guy, he the cat's meow. All the women is digging him. But then you got another guy, bitches ain't really trying to sweat him for real, but he all about you. You like the competition. You
want to go towards the hot commodity. He the cat's meow, so you gonna go to him because you gonna be like, I got the guy.
But I think as well,
it's a boost for your own self-esteem. That if he choose me, that means I beat all these other bitches.
Exactly. And
y'all remember last season with the Spanish girl who was basically manipulating that girl, the black girl, and
Oh,
the Nigerian dude.
yeah.
Mhm.
It was a competition for sure.
Mhm.
And I think, go ahead.
No,
So
I was gonna say, I
what's
feel
the
like
clip?
men. I'll
Flip
play
it.
it a little bit. I feel like men do the same thing too because Meek Mill mentioned Lori Harvey in a song. All of a sudden, she's wanted. All of a sudden, not to say she. I mean, she's a beautiful young woman, but all these men went after her. So I feel like that element of competition. Maybe it's just something in human nature. But Keisha wants me to play
Yes,
this
you
video.
think a guy thrives off of competition? Like you rather get the girl that all the niggas want, or you want to get the girl that's all about you?
Right. Which one? Come on, S. Come
He already
on.
said he wants somebody
Are you
cute
here?
on his arm. He wants somebody to show off. He wanted, a trophy girl.
But that's the problem.
S, what are you deciding? Get off mute so we can hear you.
I think Tiara said that too. That men, the women they choose, said something about them. So I do agree. I feel like that's why a lot of people just in the black celebrity community, they're just dating the same 5 people on rotation. It's a little weird.
Yeah, it does get weird. I'm like, come on, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at this clip. Let's look at this
All
clip.
right,
Let's watch the clip so you can have an opinion too.
Tell
All
me
right?
if you have them, if you hear them.
Y'all gotta mute. Everybody mute.
I see. Hold on. Put the volume up. Where's Brandon?
He had
He's busy. All right, let me press play. Sorry.
ain't no volume.
Oh, y'all can't hear the volume?
No.
And I don't know how to share volume from StreamYard. Nope, I don't. Audio. Okay.
It might be your output. Have you did audio on this before?
I haven't done audio on this before.
Like the whole when you do settings, it's probably too much to do, but you have to go to settings, change your output, all that extra stuff. So that's
Okay.
We just
Let me text Keisha the link and see if she can play it.
let me see because
fair use for playing this clip to comment on the matter. No
Niyah, you on mute. Niyah, you on mute.
Mm-hmm.
Keisha, I just sent it to you.
Prompted the question. Jimmy didn't even answer. She asked Jimmy, "Do you look like a celebrity?" And he just said, "Yeah." He didn't say who he looked like.
He said yeah.
But he never said who he looked like.
Good
I'm
point.
trying to figure out which celebrity that is.
Right.
Good
Jimmy, who you look like?
You don't look like not there. What?
But the thing is, he just said yeah, and she could have kept it at the same because he was like, "Do you?" She could have kept it at yeah.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy didn't answer the question. He ain't say, "Yeah, I look like."
So now that we say all of this, I think that it was very much so intentional. Her questions and how she prompted them, and things like that. I feel like she did that on purpose to kind of validate, or to kind of give herself a boost in the competition because she already knew Jessica was that girl.
Yeah, and now that you kind of see how everything unfolded and you see her personality in the season, so now in retrospect, it do make sense that she did that because you see how insecure she has been this whole time. And when Jimmy never gave her a reason to be insecure, Jimmy validating her, Jimmy honestly has been doing a very good job at trying to console this big ball of insecurity.
Not the big ball of insecurity.
No, I really do think he was doing a good job. And I think when he called her clingy, that was the first time he just kind of was trying to put her in a place like, girl, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Do you think, based off the conversation we had today, do you think that the Love is Blind franchise is going to get cringier and cringier?
Yes.
Or do you think it's going to get better and better?
Oh, first of all, I really don't like Nick Lachey or Vanessa.
Oh.
I think that they exploit a lot of them. I think they choose, and I'm only saying this because every time each season is over, all the contestants starts to talk shit about the show. They talk shit about the producers, the edit.
Not eating. You notice they make them eat now on the screen because they were saying they wasn't eating and feeding them.
So after the show, everybody starts to tell their truth because now their NDA is over. They can now talk, and then they go on all these podcasts and they tell you truly what their experience was like. But even with the other show, I just feel like Nick Lachey and Vanessa really just tries to exploit them, because even what they did with Jackie and who was the boy she was dating?
Jackie?
Marshall.
Like even that dynamic, like how they really tried to exploit their whole relationship, how they really tried to paint this ugly picture of Jackie. Like so whatever, I do think it's probably going to get cringier and cringier, but I don't think at this rate, I don't see any relationship really flourishing. Ken already call it quits with
So
Brit.
that's what I was gonna say. Social media. What do you think social media has a part to play with Love is Blind? Because now these Love and Blind people are becoming influencers after the show.
Ken did it to get a bigger name, because
Who did?
Ken was already on the Kelly Clarkson show. Ken was already featured in the news like 2 or 3 times because he had like one of the youngest principals in Charlotte. So I'm like, you already was on the news. You went on the Kelly Clarkson show, and now you on Love is Blind. I feel like he's been doing a lot of PR or
I mean, think of it like this. I feel like some people definitely go on the show to genuinely find love. But
Yeah.
in the midst of it, you know you're going to be on TV. You want to make yourself look good. You want to make yourself, you want to be popular. Like that stuff gets into those people's heads. So
Yeah.
I very much so think that some people go on it for TV and for the clout and things like that. But I also think that some people, for instance, what's the girl's name who was with the principal? I feel like she really was in it for love. You know what I mean?
Yes, Brittany, and because the thing is, I feel like she just was very genuine. Like she didn't really do anything for TV.
Right. There's some people who are actually for love. Yeah.
Nothing about their relationship was good for ratings, honestly. Like they were just a regular. I mean, I guess the interracial thing, okay, cool, but aside from that,
Didn't give.
nothing
Let
exciting.
me share this and see if y'all can see. Sorry. Oh, I have to save it in my. Yeah, you're right. You gotta do a lot of stuff. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, continue. I'm trying to figure this thing out.
Like I said, I think at the top of my list is AD and Clay. Although I feel like that's probably like
I don't even like them together. I
Yeah.
don't know.
You know, me and Niyah, we agree that we like AD and Clay, and I think it's because Clay is putting himself out there. I feel like he's hella vulnerable. I feel like while we may not like the delivery and the truth
Okay.
with what he's speaking, I feel like he could have easily kept that away from her. He could have thought that in his head, like, oh, I don't know, I'm scared I'm gonna cheat on her. Instead, I feel like he was transparent about it so that it gives them the floor to kind of work through it together. Like I feel like if he hid that from her and he didn't want to share that with her, I feel like that would have eventually translated in a way that is unhealthy. Opposed to that, he communicated it with her and is open to being in a vulnerable space with her because he's learning to trust. Like he said, his parents were married for 20-something years, and he saw his father cheat. So like he didn't even have to share that information. He going on the escapades with the father.
He is vulnerable. I'll say that.
He is.
Press play real quick. She's not ugly though.
Let's see. Ready?
Do you ever get told you look like a celebrity?
Y'all can hear it?
Yes.
Do you?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever get told you look like a celebrity?
Yeah,
Do you?
I do.
I do too. All the time on the plane, I get one person. And it's just because I have dark hair and blue eyes.
Ooh.
But I don't see it. So don't get excited.
Say it.
It's MG. I don't even know if it's MGK's wife or his girlfriend.
God, you miss you.
Megan Fox. You saying you look like Megan Fox?
Nah, she did that on purpose.
Come on, hold on.
Only because I have dark hair and blue eyes. So she's already. That's nothing too. Sis, we not
He
supposed
was
to.
fiending for him to ask her. She was fiending for him to ask her. Like
Exactly.
let's go back.
You ever get told you look like a celebrity?
Let's go back.
Do you?
I do.
I do too. All the time on the plane.
She skipped him, went to herself.
And it's just because I have dark hair and blue eyes.
Ooh.
But I don't see it. So don't get excited.
Oh God.
Say it.
It's MG. I don't even know if it's MGK's wife or his
You know
girlfriend.
damn well.
Say she knows.
Megan Fox.
You
You're
think
saying
John
it was Megan Fox?
Guys, this thing
Here's a picture of Megan Fox right there.
Because I have light eyes and dark hair. That's the only reason. There's nothing else.
He's so happy.
You know what it is for me?
At least I'm assuming so.
I mean, oh,
That's crazy.
Listen,
Can we get
listen,
married?
buddy.
Oh, what?
Two
Guys.
truths and a lie.
No,
You
you
know
can't tell me this man didn't just fall in love.
exactly. You know what it is though? For me, it was she built all of that up and it was like, but don't get excited. I don't think so.
Right.
Yes.
The insecurity. Right. The insecurity. But that's another thing too. I feel like he would have been fine with whatever she looked like. But now, especially because men are very imaginative, now he has something to think of and hold the standard to. So he's
All right, let's ask S.
mind.
S is the only guy in here. Guy S, do you
Sorry,
think she looked like Megan Fox?
Hell no. And she played with him.
Yeah.
Because like she was just saying, we're in the pod, so I can't see you.
Right.
So if the emotional connection is there, you tell me you look like, let's say you look like Megan Good. Come on, I'm going to bed happy and I'm going back in that pod. Hey, bro, she said she looked like Megan Fox.
Ah!
So when she come out, she looked like nothing like her. Like I'm pretty much done. You're done. You're done.
You're done.
Because you can't tell me from that day forward to when they get out that damn pod, he's not excited. That wedding day when they open the doors,
That's crazy. She's wild.
and she don't look nothing like her. You're
Listen,
done. I'm turning back around.
Now I can't trust you because now you're a
No,
liar.
you gotta.
You're a liar.
Yeah, now you play with me. Now
Now
play
we gotta
with me.
fight because
Yo,
you're like,
we gotta get off the stream. We gotta get off the stream, but I feel like we should continue this conversation on Instagram if y'all want. I know it's getting late,
Play with me, and you're actually done.
but we should have an after party on Instagram real quick. But we gotta end the stream because
And I'm gonna get my sister to put her hands on you.
yeah.
Let's
The fuck?
put it on Instagram.
I'm gonna try to share the clip on Instagram so we can react to it. Okay, so let's go to Instagram. Thank you guys for
You
tuning
knew
in.
exactly what she was doing. That was
This
very
is
Yeah, y'all go on Instagram. I'm gonna probably play the comments because I gotta make a few phone calls.
As you gotta be on there. This is day 27. We have 2 days left.
I've been on this motherfucker for an hour and a half. What you talking about?
He said,
Right.
I got business.
Okay, Ez, that's fine. It's just
I'm
relax.
gonna play the comments. I'm gonna tap in real quick.
Day 27. Tomorrow's day 28. Thank you for tuning in. Join us on Instagram if you have us. We're about to have a good time. Bye.